back again from Inside8.com. My name is Corey, if you haven't been following along. And I'm so excited to talk about our August theme. Each month here at Inside8, we have a new theme to kind of talk about things that you're interested in and things that might be going on in your life. And so August is about taking a risk. So last month we talked about curiosity. So getting to know yourself and asking questions and figuring things out. And then this month we get to talk about acting on it and like taking risks and doing it. So we're so excited about talking about this month. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I think you should go to the blog and check out Mar's blog on dating, because I feel like that's such a great way to open up this month of August, talking about taking risks. Like, what is more risky than opening yourself up to the dating world and to new people and things like that. And so Mar talks about three main things. The first one is talking to yourself, which, we think about talking to yourself like, oh, who's that crazy person? and I think that is such a key thing that we really forget about doing, is figuring out ourselves and figuring out who we are and really having a conversation with ourselves about what we value and what is important to us. And so often those things are sort of overshadowed by what other people talk to us about and what people tell us we value. And I think learning what is at the core of what you value and what motivates you, and having that conversation with you and you alone, or someone who's not biased anyway, doesn't have any investment in the decisions you make. I think those are such important things to do. And then she talks about taking action, and so often I think we live behind screens, or we live in our own little worlds, and we forget to take the risk to open ourselves up and like be vulnerable to other people. I think I mentioned it before, like how you cannot, if you think of like human emotion as like a faucet, and the good stuff comes out and the bad stuff comes out, you can't selectively turn off that faucet and never feel the bad stuff, feel embarrassed or feel sad or anything like that, because you're shutting off the rest of the water. And so you end up with this sort of leaky faucet with nothing coming out. And so you don't have the full human experience of emotion if you try to shut off part of the water coming out of that faucet, the emotional water of quote unquote bad emotion. I think part of being human is being sad and being happy. And so taking a risk and taking action and actually doing something, like opening yourself up to the possibilities, is opening yourself up potentially to failure, but also potentially to success. And then Mar's third point is to not be weird. and you know what, I think that is such a funny point, because so often I think people get wrapped up in, well, I don't want to do something, I don't want to look weird, I don't want people to think I'm weird, I don't want to embarrass myself or like open myself up to being weird. And yet like people are weird, like like in general, and that is what makes people interesting and exciting, is that people are weird. And so I think there's a double edge to that coin of yeah, don't be weird, don't live in your screen and you let the world pass you by not interacting, and that fear of being weird. Like, yeah, that's weird to not interact with other people on like a real basis. Not that the internet or social connection can't facilitate connection, but I think you have to really put yourself out there in an authentic way, and that sometimes it's hard to do if you're not with someone being authentic with them, and so I think there's sort of, I have some encouragement to take a risk and be weird, be you, be authentic, be all of the things that make you unique, and do it, like, let someone else see that, because if you're not, you're robbing the world of who you are and all that you have to give. And yeah, maybe not everybody's gonna love that, maybe you're not gonna click with everyone you meet, and I think that's a big piece of within the 8 groups of the Inside 8, there's different compatibility amongst the different groups. And so you might not click on everyone about all of your core values. However, you might find something in common with them. And I think it's always important to really open yourself up to the possibility of learning something new from someone totally different. And that takes a big risk. I want to take a second and say hi to an old friend, James Cullen, who just came on. Hi, James. Talking about someone who takes risks and is just so invested in like learning about people and investing like human capital in connecting people and things like that. And he's such a incredible, amazing person in doing that and of connecting and taking risks. So hi, James. And I think that's what I have for you this week. And throughout August, it is about taking risks, exposing yourself to something entirely new, and maybe you'll love it, and maybe you won't love it. And either way, you're learning something new about yourself. And I think that in itself is incredible. So that's what I've got for you this month. Take a risk, take the test. Let me know what you've got. Talk to me, open yourself up, and we will be able to talk more this month. All right, bye.